Welcome to the PokeOpinion. I'm Thatch, and on this week's show, we talk about Pokemon crossovers, what they've done, like Pokemon Conquest, and some things we'd like to see, like a Stardew Valley crossover. If you haven't already taken a moment to like, subscribe, rate, or whatever you can do on whatever platform you're listening or watching to us on, it would be appreciated if you'd go ahead and do that. It helps people find us, it helps the show grow, and it keeps us doing what we're doing. But with that, guys, I don't want to hold you up. Let's go ahead and puckle up for another exciting episode of the PokeOpinion.
And now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PokeOpinion.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
Welcome to another episode of the PokeOpinion. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my spectacular co-host. We've got the one and only Lynian.
Hello.
I just realized your profile picture is the cow, and I love it. And then
Yeah, because it's the cow from
the Mario Kart.
legendary $80 video game Mario Kart World Tour in the Akira slide.
That's exactly what we need. And then we've also got Bocefus.
Also Akira sliding in. Good morning.
Welcome to the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And it could be anything in between now. So yeah, let me ask you guys what you've been up to in Pokemon lately. It's been a minute since both of you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, what have you guys been doing? Anything? Anything fun? Anything cool?
I go ahead. Yeah, you were first.
I was gonna say, not by those metrics. A lot of like, you think you have free time, and then one bad thing happens, and then you don't anymore.
Yeah, that happens. That's adulting, right?
Yeah.
That's adulting.
And then unrelated, I got a new car. That was nice.
Oh, I did the same thing recently.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I did the
I'm
same
more
thing.
excited for Lynian's new car than yours, but
Oh, I am as well. I am as well.
We got a criminal steal on a jet, a sold as new Jetta, so we have the full warranty. It's like it had like 3,000 miles on it. It's great.
okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. How about you, Bo? Anything fun?
Yeah, I just got the front ball joint replaced on my 2011 Honda Accord. So that was
It's gonna be running that for a while. Actually, to be fair, it's a Honda. That thing's gonna run forever.
it's gonna run for another 20 years if I keep doing this stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's gonna run
but
forever.
anyway, yeah. But Pokemon, so I kind of went really hard out on these Jazzwares Pokemon figures that are actually really nice. And yeah, I retail therapy myself when I was in between places for a minute. I was like living in a hotel because I couldn't move into this place yet, and I had to move out of my other place. So yeah, that's where all my free time has gone the last month.
Man.
But yeah, I bought probably like 200 of these little figures in the last month.
How much are they? How much are they? They're called what? The jazz figures?
The Jazzwares is the
Jazzware? How do you spell jazzware? Like,
well, like it sounds, Jazwares.
so the problem is to spell the word where in the English language, there's about 4 different spellings.
So it's not how I would have spelled jazz.
Yeah.
They took
Literally-
the extra Z so they wouldn't have triple consonants.
Is it like the these are like the ones you see at like Target sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that are at Target or like at Walgreens, you know.
I'm trying to find a good picture to put on the screen. And then I'm gonna show everybody what he's talking about.
Place that's
There's a wiki for this for some reason.
First is a wiki
But-
for it. Fandom needs to scrape ads somehow.
There's a wiki for these figures, but yeah, it's just like these guys, like the ones you would typically see in your store.
Target.
Yeah, like Target or something. Yeah, in some
Pokemon Squishmallows.
Yeah.
I've also gone pretty hard into Pokemon Squishmallows.
I honestly actually want
Everything I know about you makes that make sense, Bo.
Oh yeah. I also scored a date the other day.
Oh yeah.
Charmander plush using a Charmander plush was my in, and it worked out great.
That's out.
I had the opposite moment where I had to awkwardly walk in because I was going to the store to buy just batteries. That was the only thing we needed, and I'm walking in with the batteries in one hand and a Dragonite plush in the other.
Ah yes.
Wait, so you bought 200 of these, Bo? Were you at least getting like
Roughly.
discounts on them?
Well, I was getting them on clearance most of them.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair, because like some of the bigger ones are like more expensive.
Oh, they are. Hey, I'm spent a lot of money on these. I'm not declining that. Getting deals on them, but I had spent a ridiculous amount of money on these little toys.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's not cool because I do occasionally see them. Like on Sunday, my wife and I do our we do a weekly like Target walk, where we just go to Target, and then we used to in the before times get Pokemon cards at the end. Like we go grab a pack of Pokemon cards and open at the end, but you can't do that anymore.
No,
Because people are insane.
they just
Journey
aren't
Together.
there.
Journey Together is not even good. It's not even a good set.
I just want the cards.
Let me open it. I just want to open it. I want some bulk, okay?
Did I tell you I found 7 packs of Journey Together with the little like binder thingy? You know,
Oh, sweet.
the 30 card little thing.
Yeah.
Because I accidentally walked behind the counter at what's it, Barnes and Noble?
Oh, really?
The bookstore. I was just like, I just saw other cards and I didn't realize that it was the counter. And I was like, let's show them the pre because maybe there'll be Pokemon cards. And I'm just like behind the counter looking at through the cards. So I was like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I was actually looking at this. Do you have any more? And they're like, yeah, but you have to go over there. And I was like,
Oh my
what?
gosh.
They're like, yeah, it's that counter. And I was like, oh, well, can I like buy these, please? Anyway, that's all.
I'm not robbing you. Now let me go to the other side of this counter so we can
we can complete this transaction. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, man, it's
I would have had to resist walking up with books and saying, so can you scan these?
it is so frustrating to the inability to find those cards right now. Like I just want to open some. Like I just want to open them. Like I have it. Like I don't even buy that much of like open product or like sealed product when a set comes out. But what I like to do is I like to get one Elite Trainer box and I buy a booster box.
Yeah,
Because
like one ETB at least.
yeah, and I like having the ETB because like when I open everything from the booster box and the ETB, it all fits in the ETB. And then I can go
Right in there.
and then I go, this is my Journey Together bulk, right? Like this is my Journey Together bulk. And so when, inevitably probably in like a set or two, somebody's going to be like, oh man, there was this one common from Journey Together that's actually pretty decent. After another set or two, I can just walk over to the box, open up the Journey Together box and pull out the common. But right now I can't do that. So it's rather frustrating in that regard. But yeah, I just want to open one ETB. Like one ETB would be great. I did get a booster box, thankfully, because we have a local game store here that was very good about letting everybody else open it or like
Nice.
purchase things. Like it was a very harsh like one item per customer rule. So like I walked in and I said I would like one ETB and I would like one booster box, and they go, no, one item, you get one.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the booster box. I
Well, yeah. Duh.
got the booster box.
Update. I did just receive an offer from seller. I don't know his name, but for the Jazzwares multi Pokemon battle pack that includes Mischievous, Magmar, and Piplup. I'm going to decline the offer, but I'm going to counter offer.
So, I have a follow-up question about this, Bo, about the Jazzware figures.
Oh yeah.
Please. How many? How close to a full Pokedex can you get?
No, actually, you don't need this. No.
No, I don't. It's not that. It's not that I need you to collect them all. I just want to know if it's possible, right?
I believe 151 is, but here's the other part that's kind of ridiculous about me collecting these is
Yes.
I have no idea what's out there. I have not looked
Okay.
these up. I've only really been looking to see like can I
Oh, just like I don't have this one. I just don't have this one.
I just buy the ones I don't have. That's literally it.
I just don't have this one, I guess. So I'm gonna use it.
there's no rhyme or reason. I have one evolution line which is Score Bunny, and I almost have another evolution line which is Charizard because I have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Mega Charizard X.
Okay. Did they make a Mega Charizard Y?
You know they did not.
I know. I'm upset about this. I think Charizard Y is really cool, and I'm
That's
obsessed.
the cooler one.
I agree with you. We're on the same page here.
Well, you had one. You had a semi-famous one named after you. So
It's like that joke's like so old that nobody that listens to the show understands it. Except for like you know,
one person.
it's you and Whimsicott. It's you and Whimsicott. It's the two of you, and that is it. But yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know that I've done much this. Well, I played on stream. We started the new Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald. It was fun. We started it. We had a good time. We actually got some like really cool encounters. We pulled off the Shroomish, very cool. We got early games. We got the early game Talo, very cool. So we're doing okay. And we got Abra, which is kind of nuts. It is Pokemon Emerald, so you have to like, switch level it, but like, it's fine.
Calling it now. One of those dies next game.
You think so? I think we'll be fine. It's Emerald. It's not that hard.
I don't know. I've watched you play Nuzlocke. You like to kill stuff.
I don't like to kill stuff. I do not take a lot of precautions. Because I like to interact with the chat, and we'll be talking on the chat while we're like in the middle of a gym battle, and I'll just forget that I have to switch out. Like that's it,
Or you spend 10 minutes getting the chat to like nickname a Pokemon and we don't do anything, and then like the very next battle that Pokemon dies, we're like, well,
Look, we just they're like trying to get to the level gap until you can fight the boss does not exactly make an entertaining stream.
Yeah, exactly.
I said that, and then I remembered that like 4 million billion people have been telling me to watch solo leveling, and I think that's the entire premise of that show. So maybe I'm wrong.
I have taken the rare candy pill. So like, if we really need to, if we get to the point where it's like, oh, we've got all the encounters up to this point, let's just get everybody to the cap with rare candies and just go, Like, there's no point in going in. Like, I don't want to watch the grind. Nobody wants to watch the grind.
No.
So, all right. Well, we are at the end of this intro. So I'm going to go ahead and kick us on over to the news. Let's cue that epic music, but it's actually not there anymore. It's just a ball bounce. So let's cue that. Welcome to the news. In the news, there's a few things to talk about. And by that, I really mean a few. First of all, Pokemon finally made a channel separate for tournament coverage. So that's cool. It's just at Play Pokemon on YouTube. So that's nice so that you don't have to follow Pokemon and then get literally all of the streams at once. The next day after the tournament's over.
That sucked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I guess you could go check that out if you really wanted to. And you can watch every regional over there instead of on the main Pokemon channel. I really miss when they were doing on Twitch, like when they were playing the anime episodes. That was a really fun zeitgeist moment when that happened.
Yeah.
And I wish they would do something like that again. I think they have been doing it. I'm just unaware. I think I'm just unaware. Yeah, I think they do it occasionally. Oh, and I really want to do, I would love to do like a PUCL Saturday morning where we just like have 4 of them loaded up and we just watch them together while we eat our Fruit Loops.
You've only been talking about that for like
For
7.
7 years. Yeah. 7-ish years, maybe. Yeah. That feels right. 7 years feels right. If we didn't record the podcast on Saturday morning regularly, I think I would do it. I think I would do it.
Yeah.
But that's when we record the podcast. All right. Well, in other news, you can talk about the next part, Lynian.
Yeah, it's Golden Week in Japan, which is the week of, it's like a couple of holidays that all happen to fall the same week, so just kind of turned it into one big one.
Yeah.
To celebrate Golden Week, Gimme Ghoul raids have returned until Thursday night. There's also a breakout event for Wiglet, which shiny is gold.
Yeah.
Growlithe, which shiny is also gold, and Swablu. You'll never guess.
Is it shiny also gold?
That's correct.
Wow. Wow.
Look, they did Magikarp too early. Now they're just like, okay,
Yeah.
Wiglet is the guy. People love Wiglet, right?
Wiglet. I don't know that anybody likes Wiglet. I feel like Wiglet was one of those Pokemon
Wiglet.
that they like tried to make happen. Like it feels like I feel like they tried to make Wiglet like a Wooloo, you know?
Wiglet is fantastic. It's Wug Trio.
One trio is the problem.
I don't like them. I don't like Wiglet. I don't like Wug Trio. I don't like Toad's Cruel or Toad's Cool. I like the concept a lot. I think it'll be cool to do more with it. I just do not like any of the examples we've seen.
I don't know. I have like Sinistcha. Sinistcha is cool.
Yeah, no, it's just good, actually.
Sinistchas and Poltergeist are pretty cool. Like those are probably the best ones of all of them.
They made me very upset because it swaps. Like
Yeah, it does swap.
When
It does confuse me constantly because it does.
But I appreciate them willing to try.
It does confuse me a lot. I do agree with you.
okay.
Because
For a minute I was like, am I just crazy? So do I hire Pokemon cards? No. Pokemon's gaslighting me again. Whimsicott was a flying type.
yeah, Whimsicott was a flying type. I just don't know why there were no normal type cards ever made. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it makes 0 sense. I'll find one. I have one somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you want to talk about some Pokemon Go, Bo?
Yeah, man. Sunday is Palmies Community Day in Pokemon Go. So everybody that wants Palmars with probably a cool move or something or some shinies, I don't know, go out on Sunday. Weather should be nice if you're not in the Midwest.
Is the shiny even good? I need to know this now. One sec. We got it. So this is for science. Like Palmy shiny is like it's probably like a Pikachu quality shiny.
It is, you know what? Like
it is bright red. It is bright red. Yeah, it's flaming hot Cheetos.
It'd be cool if it was a teal blue.
Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't everything be better if it was teal blue?
Hello, 1995. Is that you?
Yeah, I want the blue squiggle with the purple squiggle. That's what I want. I want the teal blue squiggle with the purple squiggle on all of my things.
And then the Crown Clash event runs from the 10th to the 18th and adds crowned Nidoking and Nidoqueen to the game. So I guess they're wearing crowns. And also unlocks King Gambit.
King Gambit is
being Dark Steel Raids.
Wow. Nidoqueen wear your crown and Nidoqueen King wear your crown. What an event. Thank you. They do have some other Pokemon popping up in the wild though, it looks like, because it's cute and it makes sense with the crown event. Slowpoke because Slowking, Slackoth because of Slaking, Chiplup because of Empoleon, B because of Vespiquen, Snivy because of Superior, and then Liquido because Pyroar, king of the jungle over there.
Whoa.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Ain't that cute?
That's cute.
That's cute. Yep. All right. Well, that is that's the news this week, I guess. There wasn't a lot of it, and that's okay. You don't need to have a lot of it. It's fine. It's gonna be a slow week. I think I'm hoping soon we get a ping for some like more ZA news. My expectation's the end of this month, early June. That's about it though.
What is Puckle's Pokemon Badge Bonanza for May? Is Ice White Nuzlocke?
Yeah, that's true. If you want to compete in the Pokemon or in the Puckle's Badge Bonanza this month, we are doing an XY Nuzlocke. All you got to do is play. If you get to Mega Evolution, you get the silver badge, and if you beat the Elite Four, you get the gold.
You have to beat it for the gold. Wow.
Yeah, you have to beat it for the gold. Yeah, it's not too hard, honestly. Like,
No, you don't have to beat the Elite Four. You just have to get there.
Oh, you just have to get there. You don't even have to beat them. There you go. So yeah, that's all you have to do. Just get there.
Oh yeah, I remember Diantha being tricky.
Diantha's not nearly as bad as like Cynthia in BDSP. So
BDSP Cynthia I don't think I beat her yet. I think I stopped and never.
brutal. She is brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is going to be everything here. So with that, guys, we are going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Well, hi, and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce Gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to our Poke Quiz. Thank you for that introduction. We're going to get right on into it. Before we move on, though, I do want to remind all of you can submit your questions over at puclpodcast.com in the trivia segment. We appreciate all of the questions. That's where they're all from. They're all fan submitted. And yeah, if you would like us to use your questions, send them in puclpodcast or pucldiscord.com. All right, we're going to get started, though. Our first question is a general trivia question, as always. And we're going to get into it. This one is from Gigasaurus Games. What is the only Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus to not have glowing red eyes as an alpha?
So it's got to be something without eyes.
What does it
go?
I know Piloswine. Oh,
Would it be Cherim? Not Sunny Day Cherim. I'm not sure either, but
no, because if they're covered, they'll typically just be glowing like through the covering, like Piloswine.
yeah. I know what you mean.
Zubat comes to mind.
Ooh, Zubat. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've seen, because Zubat flutters around. Like I feel like I've seen the red eyes do the trail effect on Zubat. But where would it be? I think you're right, because Zubat is the only thing I hate that does have eyes.
But also, like, there's not a fixed Zubat's con, so I don't know for sure. Zubat is the one that sticks out to me, though.
But could it? Yeah, does that one even alpha? I guess it would. Yeah, I mean I'm solid on Zubat if you want to go for it.
Zubat?
I just can't think of anything else in that dex that doesn't have eyes. I'm going to say Zubat.
Yeah.
Zubat is correct. It is Zeus. It doesn't have eyes. All right, your next question is your general trivia question again. This one's from Smeargle19. And they ask, what is the only box legendary pair to have the exact same base stat distribution?
Xerneas and Yveltal, next question.
I was gonna say, I think
Xerneas and Yveltal is correct. Yes, moving on to the next question. Next question is your Pokedex entry, as always. The Pokedex entry is a little bit different from what it has been in years past. We will give you one Pokedex entry. You will let us know what Pokemon you think it is, and I'm going to give you another one, and you can decide to change your answer. If you get it by sticking with your answer, you get 2 points. If you get it, if you switch it and it's correct, you get 1 point. So let's go ahead and get into it. This question is from Lump Beef Broth, and this entry is from Pokemon Moon. Although these Pokemon are rare, when a large outbreak of them occurs, all fish Pokemon disappear from the surrounding sea. Who's that Pokemon? Although these Pokemon are rare, when a large outbreak of them occurs, all fish Pokemon disappear from the surrounding sea. Who's that Pokemon?
The first one that comes to mind is a Rockman.
I was thinking Sharpedo.
That's also possible. What game was it from?
Pokemon Moon. Pokemon Moon.
Oh, so no. It absolutely is not a Rockman. What am I saying?
Why not?
Because that's from a later generation.
No, it's
No, wait.
That's from
Moon. Yeah. You said Moon, and my brain heard Shield. And I went, oh, never mind.
that's still
But it wasn't in that game.
yeah, no, it was yeah, you're right. Okay. Because the entry is sightings of this Pokemon are rare, but when outbreaks occur, all fish Pokemon disappear.
And it's in Pokemon Moon,
Like
specifically.
surrounding sea from
No,
Pokemon.
not Sharpedo. Because Sharpedo wasn't in Pokemon Moon. It was only in the Ultra series. I'm pretty sure. No, wait.
it was definitely in Pokemon Moon. It was around.
Because it was the thing. It was available in a lot of other locations.
I think Charizard's a ride Pokemon and doesn't have a Pokedex entry in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah, because you couldn't catch it.
Well, then I don't know about. Well, I don't know.
I am gonna answer.
What do you feel?
Outbreaks are rare. Makes me think not water type. It's probably not a fish.
You think it's a flying type?
However,
Would it be? That's not rare.
I need an answer for you guys to lock in.
Do I say Sharpedo and go for another one? Do we have another entry that we have to hear?
sure, yeah.
All right, your next Pokedex entry, you put in Sharpedo, right? Sharpedo is what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. This is, again, from Blunt Beef Broth. This is from Pokemon Heart Gold.
Okay.
Its 80 tentacles absorb water and stretch almost endlessly to constrict its prey and enemies.
Tentacruel.
80?
80. 80.
Tentacruel to
So
80.
yeah, you'd think. But this is. I'm almost certain it's Tentacruel because they keep saying like it has so many, and you count, and it's like 10.
It's like 12, maybe. Yeah.
I just colored one in a coloring book. Like it was not 80. I promise.
No.
And if it's from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, those are redos of the Gen 2 decks, and that would absolutely have just a factually wrong, observably wrong number. So yeah, no, I'm also remember there were debates about like, are they invisible and things? So yeah, no, it's Tentacruel. This is not a guess. This is an I know this. I'm also kicking myself because there are outbreaks of jellyfish in Hawaii, which are like a problem.
Here we
So
go.
that's what that's referencing in the Gen 7 one.
The answer is Tentacruel. You guys get a point for that. You guys are 3 for 3. Your next entry, or your next question, is your multiple answer question. There are 6 answers to this question. Of those 6, since you guys are at 3, you can get up to 3 points. I'm gonna say 1 point for every 2 answers you give me. And we're gonna get started. This is from How Cool is Tentacool on the Discord server.
Nice.
I thought it was pretty timely with the one.
It was.
So yeah, very.
There are 6 moves that are non-poison type, but can cause the target to be poisoned. What are they?
Needle.
Needle.
Yeah, yep. 3 strikes and then you're out. Now this does also we lock in Twin Needle. That's correct. Yes.
And also include what?
They do include things like Z moves and G-Max moves. Not saying that those categories are there. G-Max Befuddle is one of them, yes. Not saying that all of those types are inclusive in this list, but I just wanted to be not.
Yeah, no, you're saying that it's more than just that. I think we have 3 strikes.
Yeah, 3 strikes, yes.
Secret power.
Secret power is one of them. That is 3.
Nice. Poison powder actually is a poison type move. It's not.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
There are 3 more that you're missing.
Yeah, we've hit all the ones that are like easy. Yeah.
You have 1 point.
At the very least, ones that know. Does flame count? Because you can do it with the toxic orb.
Ooh, with the toxic orb. Yeah.
Yeah, fling in fact does count. Yes, that is 4. There are 2 more.
Is there another thing that swaps items?
Not items. I mean, you could do trick, but that does not count because that's not an effective move.
Count no.
Like it would be blocked with the ability that escapes me, shield dust. But you can switch status effects. Psycho shift.
Psycho shift. Yeah, and there's 1 more. There is 1 more. I'll give you like roughly 30 seconds to figure it out.
Do we need all of the? Do we have?
You
all
need
the
all of
points?
it. No, you don't have all the points. So you'd have to get this last one to get all the points.
Mm.
You do have the hint, but it's up to you.
I don't want to use the hint.
Okay.
All right, weird moves. There were that. We already got the G because the poison Bazim move. No. Why might I have this? Ah, man.
I need an answer here, or we're gonna cut it.
I'm out. I don't think I.
Yeah, I'm completely out.
All right, so you guys got 5, so you got 2 points. The fling you did not get G-Max stun shock. That was the one you missed. From electricity.
From electricity.
Poisons or paralyzes, right?
Yep. There is G-Max Befuddle, which you did get. There's also Psycho Shift, which you guys got. There's Secret Power, which you guys got. And Twin Needle. All right, your last question is your base stat question. As always, you guys are sitting at a very comfortable 5 for 4. You can cash the hint in still for an extra point. Since you've gotten everything correct, or you've gotten answers correct on each one. So we're going to go in. This is from Just Ben. This is your base stat question. And Ben would like to know, what Pokemon with the Sturdy ability has the lowest base HP?
Well, there's some real low HP Pokemon with Sturdy, because it tends to be like defenses.
Yeah.
Right.
There's Skarmory's is not that low, if I remember right.
This doesn't have to be a fully evolved Pokemon either, but you're right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Right, and then there are a lot of babies with it.
But like,
Not saying it is a fully evolved Pokemon or not, but yeah.
No, I just need to think of. I keep thinking of like Pokemon as like their most powerful form, and that's just not how that works. So what gets Sturdy? That's super.
a lot of the weird stuff gets sturdy too.
Oh,
Just like
oh, you almost got me. You almost got me there.
God bless it.
Hey, do you know what has like 5 base HP or something? Shuckle.
Oh, yeah, that.
Well, defenses and has like, I think it might be like 10 HP.
Are we locking in Shuckle?
You're locking Shuckle, because I don't think anything is lower than that. I think it might have like among the lowest stats of an HP of anything.
Shuckle is correct. It's got a base 20 HP.
Awesome.
Yes.
The people following it up, or the Pokemon following it up, are Magnemite with 25. Nosepass and Shield Down are then tied for 30 base HP from there. And then Onyx with 35.
40, 45.
35. 30 HP.
You know,
5 base HP.
I forgot about every other Pokemon on that list. I think the next one I had was like Geodude.
Oh man. All right. So let me pull up the leaderboard here. so that I can update it for you. You guys got 7.7? That feels right. That feels like the right number.
We got 1 on everything.
Yeah, plus
2 on the multiple choice, and then the hint.
Yeah, so that's 7. That's 7. That feels right.
Sure.
That almost I was gonna be like, wow, Bo moved up, but actually Bo didn't because the person above him was Lynian. So in our race to whoever's in the top 4 by the end of November, so that we can record the showdown special at the end of the year. We currently have the leaderboard at in first place, Claude 9 with 43 points. In second place, we've got R Sigma with 42 points. In third place, we've got a tie between Seth Vilo and Yushiro at 38. In fifth is Shark Finnegan with 32. In sixth, we've got Sublime with 30. In seventh, we've got Whimsicott with 28. Lynian is in eighth with 23. And then in ninth, we've got Bo with 18. With that, that's where the standings are. You guys can still have time to catch up. There's plenty of time. Another 6 months or so. With that, we are going to go ahead and we are going to kick it on over to our topic. Welcome to the topic. Our topic today is crossovers we'd like to see in Pokemon. Not crossovers that are necessarily happening, but crossovers we would like to see. I don't know. Does the Pokemon franchise crossover that much? I know there was like the Pikachu Mario crossover thing they did. And I guess they have like Mystery Dungeon's technically kind of a crossover, but
They did a crossover with Van Gogh.
oh, they did do that. Oh, yeah, that the collab. I don't know. Okay, I guess in my brain, like I see that as like a quote unquote collaboration rather than like a crossover. But I think you're correct.
100% it is. I mean, I'm pulling at straws here.
No, I think that's correct. I think that's valid though. Like I really think that's valid to be like they crossed over with Van Gogh.
And
But-
because like I feel like TCG probably does, I don't know, like they'll do special art cards and things. It's not like necessarily crossovers, but they'll do things for events, or specific times where it's like you can get this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we obviously had like Pokemon Conquest, the game that everybody likes to rave about, but hasn't actually played and seen the UI in the year of our Lord 2025. And it's just not like it's just very clunky. That's my impression from playing it more recently. And it is technically like a Pokemon Numbunga's Ambition crossover, right? So yeah. Is it Nobunga? Do I say it wrong? No, I say it. No, never mind. I said it wrong. And it's Cowabunga. It's a Pokemon in Cowabunga.
Shin.
It is.
Cowabunga's Ambition is my favorite Fire Emblem game.
Yeah,
it's
Ninja Turtles crossover.
I love Cowabunga's Ambition. It is my favorite of all time.
That's the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's Ninja Turtles game crossover to
Tell me about it.
Ambition.
What's a crossover you guys would like to see though? Like I guess is the question. Because Lynian brought it up in the preparation, so I'll let Lynian go first.
Yeah, so I've somehow fallen down the Fire Emblem well. And I kept seeing like they're like, hey, this is the Dynasty Warriors game crossover mechanic. Like, oh, that's really cool. It's like, oh, did you know they had one with Persona or Shin Megami Tensei?
I did not know. I did know that. Yeah. So the crossovers. Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. I've not played a lot of the crossovers, but I do know that there is a. I think there's more than. No. It's
No, this one it's
Zelda.
it's
Shin Megami. Yes.
Sharp or something like that.
I'm very aware of it because my wife is like super in. So I got my wife into. I take credit for this. She won't believe me, but. Or she'll vehemently deny it, but I got her into her favorite video game franchises of all time, The Legend of Zelda and Fire Emblem, because she never played them before we started dating. And so I showed her Fire Emblem once, and she's like, "This is kind of interesting." And then she sat down and played it, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" And so
yeah,
so she is just devoured any Fire Emblem content. So I'm very aware of most of the crossovers, not having played them myself.
But it struck me that outside of very few, like it's just Mystery Dungeon and Nobunaga's Ambition that I think they actually did like a full mechanical crossover, because Mystery Dungeon existed outside of Pokemon.
Yes, it did. Does it still happen, or like
No, they're still very successful in Japan.
I didn't know if it still did or not.
Like they still do Final Fantasy crossovers as well as their own main series.
Cool. Yeah, I mean I haven't paid attention because we haven't had like a true Mystery Dungeon in so long.
Yeah. But I've started looking at other mechanical hooks, and I feel like there are just a lot that you could do. There's the obvious ones, like the other Nintendo properties. They're super obvious to me. Like, it's weird that there's not like a low impact life sim, because they have like this obvious one. Yeah, you've also got things like whatever Disney's Dreamlight Valley is.
I did see like somebody was talking to me about this actually like super recently, like an Animal Crossing Pokemon game. I don't remember who was doing it. It might have just been people in chat on stream or something like that, but people were bringing this up to me. Like, when do you think we're gonna get Pokemon Animal Crossing? And I was like, probably never.
Yeah, but that competes too directly with itself.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the more likely one would be like Pokemon Stardew or other like like that kind of thing where you're like berry farming and ranching.
That would be so cool.
Yes. And you're befriending your Pokemon just to like help improve, like a farm sim. Yeah.
Even like the Pokemon like running like a small Pokemon daycare or something, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And then you get it has the inbuilt mechanic of, like, because you always have like the mine equivalent where you have the light combat in it, or Rune Factory's like dungeons. But then all you need to do is slap on a lightweight Pokemon combat engine, and suddenly,
right? Yeah, it would work very well actually. Like, I kind of like that idea. Like Pokemon Stardew. Oh man, I do like the idea of Pokemon Stardew Valley.
Pokemon Landsat Valley, they can call it that.
Is there no
Snarf, I guess.
I'm very now I'm curious if there's like a mod for this that exists for Stardew.
I'll look it up.
There has to be a mod for Stardew for why
it's a question of if it's any good.
Is it good? Yeah, that is always a qualifier for most video games. For most video game mods, is it a good mod? You know, I think
I don't think Stardew Valley has Steam, so it may exist, but it would have to be.
I did find one. I did find one that exists, but I think it was last updated last year.
There's actually been updates since then.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot actually. The last update, April 2024, I found for this one that I found called Pokefy, a Pokemon mod for Stardew Valley.
Nice.
There's a history of that.
It turns out it adds a whole bunch of terrible things we didn't know, nor do we endorse.
It does exist though. It does exist, which is nuts. But I'm here for it. I don't know what it does. I guess you can get a Flaffy instead of the sheep. And a Rapidash instead of a horse. So that's something, I guess. Lots of furniture items that are just the Pokemon, like the items you'd get in like Ruby and Sapphire for your nice clubhouse. Yeah. Very cute. Very cute. Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Okay. That was Stardew. That's a good one. That's a good one though. I would be into a Stardew Valley Pokemon crossover. Honestly.
I feel like a couple easy knockout ones that I have when you brought the topic up are how come Pikachu's not in Mario Kart?
Yeah, okay. I do agree with
Pokemon in Mario Kart. Like, put a Pokemon in there. Link gets to come. The villagers get to come. Freaking Inklings.
I know we made it Super Smash Kart, like, you know.
It's Super Smash Kart. Like Donkey Kong's already in there. Yoshi's in. Like put Pikachu in there. Come on, put Pikachu in there. I don't care. Put Jigglypuff. Like, give me a Pokemon in Mario Kart. You know what? Just put in Cyclizar. Put in Koraidon.
I think I'm most upset about the Mario Kart thing in that they should have just taken the roster from Super Smash Bros. And just like put them in. like I genuinely believe
Sonic. I don't want Sonic in Mario Kart. I definitely don't want Minecraft in Mario Kart. But
No, I'm down with all of this, mostly because I really want to see Cloud.
Cloud and Mario.
See Cloud and Sephiroth in like we get the actual Final Fantasy VII motorcycle, and then just have it.
Yeah.
Isabella and then rode on the Wiggler car.
It's fine.
Right. The other one that I was thinking of is I want a Pokemon party. I want a Pikachu party.
I think that's the very obvious. I think that one's very obvious in that that one's super low-hanging fruit.
A ton of mini games, you know, let me pick a bunch of different characters and then just run around a board and play games as Pokemon. Like, yeah, I think that would be so fun. And it's just a party game that anybody can play because it's all just mini games, right? So then everybody can enjoy it. There's just not a Pokemon game like that anymore. And I feel like
I mean, you just start with the idea of the mini games from Pokemon Stadium, right? And then you just move into that kind of field.
You just put the Pokemon coat of paint on any Mario Party game.
I don't want that because I feel like the Mario Party games are very quote unquote generic, so that one, they can fit like any Mario character in them. I really want to see I really love the mini games from Pokemon Stadium. They're in a slightly different vein than Mario Party games are, because they center around a Pokemon, right? Like the mini games focus on a Pokemon, and I just want more of that. Like even if they just give me like a mini game package like that, right? Where they come up with a few new mini games. They even just bring the ones from Pokemon Stadium 1 and Pokemon Stadium 2. I think you could.
I feel like those would be obvious shoe-ins, and then or you know, just like updates even with newer Pokemon. But yeah, I mean, like you said, just a billion arcade games that you put on as Pokemon Party. I feel like that would just go over super well.
I think you do that, and then to kind of follow on a conversation we had last week that neither of you were a part of. But it would be really cool if in that game, like you could, if let's say you like got a perfect score on a mini game or something, like let's say it's the one, you know the mini game with from Pokemon Stadium 2 where you're a pincer or a scyther and you cut the log, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you get a perfect score. The game gives you a scissor that you can then transfer to your other game, like back to Pokemon Home or something. I think that would be like a really cute nod to the way things like that used to work. I just think it would be really cute to like, I think we're at this point with Pokemon Home now, where you could have these crossover games happen and you can get like a very special Pokemon that goes to Pokemon Home.
Yeah, you get like Pokemon from Battle Rev, you know?
Yeah, Battle Revolution, or even I think it's more, in my mind, more akin to like how the Ranger games used to do it. But yeah, very similar.
Did you get Pokemon from Ranger? Or did you just get the egg?
From the original Pokemon Ranger, you only got the Manaphy egg, but from the sequels, you got like a Darkrai. I think there was a Heatran. And you got another Manaphy egg. So they did those in those.
One media franchise that I personally love and my selfish pick for just a media crossover, not necessarily for games, would be Pokemon and Transformers. Like I would freaking love Pokemon.
Please explain.
So Transformers are these robots that can turn into other things like cars, planes.
Yes, we understand the basis of Transformers. I don't see how Pokemon and Transformers kiss. You know,
Pokemon are these monsters that fit in your pocket. Anyway, so instead of transforming into vehicles, these super sweet robots would transform into Pokemon. Pikachu is not going to turn into a beetle bug, even though now that I'm saying that out loud, that does seem pretty cool.
I mean, they
It's
did
pretty
have
big.
those. Those did exist.
They did. Those were. Those were like Studio Ghibli style. Like if Pikachu turned into a car, this would be there is Pikachu, and then you would fold out steps, and then it turns into the robot of like Bumblebee, right? Optimus Prime could be Charizard, and Megatron could be, I don't know, Hydreigon or Garchomp. I don't know. I want to see it personally because I like toys. I'm a toy collector. I have, I guess
I'm surprised by this.
Whereas now,
Yeah,
I'm shocked. I also have
Hey.
a ton of Transformers. I love Transformers. They're like the original fidget toy, I feel like, because you just sit there and you fidget with it and now it's a car, and you sit there and you fidget with it and now it's a sweet robot. And I don't know. I've always loved them. I have a big passion. Like Thatch's Power Rangers is my Transformers. So yeah, I just want to see.
Okay, a better way to handle this rather than like the car Transformers, in my opinion, Bo, is to like kind of go back to Transformers Beast Wars.
That's exactly what I mean. Is like
From the 90s. Yeah.
to Optimus Prime. Yeah.
No, Rillaboom is gonna be Optimus Prime. Okay,
Optimus Rillaboom. Okay.
Optimus Rillaboom. Right. Like that's gotta be the way it is.
I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go just to their like, because there's a million Optimus Primals, right? There's a million apes that turn into Optimus. I want
There are?
Charizard.
There aren't a lot. There's only like 2, maybe 3 forms of Optimus Primal.
That's too many.
You are so wrong.
No, because
You are so wrong.
there's the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal, right? And then Optimus Prime, when they go back to Cybertron. This is a Pokemon podcast. They go back to Cybertron, and then he gets like the organic form, and then there's the one from the movie, right? Like,
But you're also skipping over
when he got the sword
series
from
of
Optimus.
Transformers Cybertron. You're skipping over Transformers Prime.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Bo.
I upset you.
Series. You're skipping
upset
over the
you.
comic series. You're skipping over. Like, you don't know this. Don't come into my gross.
I don't know. I've never.
It's a crossover I want to see. They really sweet. It's off the walls.
I've never in my mind wanted like Pokemon Power Rangers. Like I've never really wanted.
No.
So I think that
Because and I don't also think that you're a toy collector with Power Rangers the same way that I am with Transformers.
I know because I was stopped. That's the real big one.
The Power Rangers toys are as ridiculous as Transformers toys because they cross over quite a lot. There'll be lots where it's like 3 Megazords and 4 Transformers.
Yeah, I also like the later ones like were kind of poor quality. And yeah, it's fine. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into
You guys have any other like off the walls, or just like
I don't have anything too crazy. I just really think that they could absolutely slam any, like, name a rhythm game
Yes.
or anything like that. Dance Dance Revolution Pokemon immediately sold. Beat Saber Pokemon, you control it, like.
We did have Dance Dance Revolution Mario, which was not good. I don't know if anybody's played it outside of me. It was not good.
But Walu, like, she skirts the plot. How could she?
Just Dance Pokemon though? I'm here for that because like, shoot, you can put in your Pokemon from Pokemon Home, and it's just on a certain model, and it just does the dance moves with you like as you're doing it. I'm here for that.
If you get a high enough score attack, you do get a Meloetta.
We need a Pokemon fitness game, like Pokemon Ring Fit Adventure style game. That's what we need.
Right?
That would be
random. Already helping us walk and sleep. Might as well help us.
Might as well help us work out, right? Like dude, okay, honestly though, like versus Pokemon Sleep, if they actually gave me, like if I go to the gym and I can set like a workout app to be like, I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes like lifting weights and like I get something for that, I will do it. I will.
Sorry, I was thinking play that. Think of difficulty settings. You have like Machamp, and then you got like, I'm feeling the champ. All right, not quite there. We're gonna like Lucario. Okay, not quite there. And then at the bottom, we've got like Slacking.
I went like
Slow.
if we do like a Pokemon fitness tracker, what I want is something more
Adventure, but Pokemon.
Yeah, well, even if we just did a fitness tracker, I would love a Pokemon fitness tracker that kind of operated like the Pokewalker, where I can put a Pokemon in it that I already have, and then like I can go work out, and which is training that Pokemon and getting experience points while I'm working out. Like this is just a Pokewalker. This is just a better Pokewalker.
Well, nothing's better than Pokewalker. That's what the researchers found. If they take like, it was like 30 different pedometers of like different price points and different things, and then like the Pokewalker came out to be like the best, and it wasn't close.
Yeah, no, the Pokewalker was very good. It was so good, in fact, that Nintendo sold several other pedometers throughout its lifetime during the DS era, DS and Wii U era, where it was just the Pokewalker, like actually, but they put different software on it, because it's just like a very accurate pedometer, overall, like it is just a very, very accurate pedometer.
Extremely funny to me that was something that they were like, no, we're gonna actually we're gonna put money into this.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, they do care. Like Nintendo in general cares about health, which makes it more surprising that I don't have like a Pokemon fitness tracker.
Right. That's what's like. That's what I said from down. I was like, I'm surprised already not a thing.
Right.
But yeah, the crap. What was I just gonna say? Never mind.
Yeah, I would. It's not really a crossover per se, but I would really love to see a Pokemon fitness tracker. They did it with Digimon. Why can't we do it with Pokemon? I just want
Because Pokemon's already into fitness. They're into fitness. Charizard and then Pokeball. I don't know.
There was a good try. It was a good try, Bo. I saw what you're going for.
They can't all be winners.
No, not all of them. But yeah, I don't know what else I would want to see crossover, because like Pokemon traditionally like just hasn't, like we mentioned before. Like it's been very, very sparse in their crossovers. And I think that's intentional. You go ahead, Bo.
Do you think we'll get a Pokemon secret lair? I mean, I know we won't, but I'll ask you time.
We won't get a Pokemon secret lair. No.
People ask me that all the time, and I'm like, 100% no.
You'll see,
and they're
you see like a
Mario secret lair wouldn't buy it. Yeah.
You'd see a Mario secret lair for those of you at home, because if you're on a new Zelda,
This is a magic thing.
This is a Magic the Gathering, card thing. They will drop like special art. They just did SpongeBob recently, so you can get art with different cards of different properties and stuff on it. It's neat. I don't know how much I care, but
They won't do it because it directly competes with their card
Pokemon
game to
cards,
get them to get people into other card games, and also because Wizards of the Coast and
exactly.
yeah,
and Nintendo have like, I don't even want to say bad blood. They've actively tried to sabotage each other's business on multiple occasions.
yeah.
The beef is beef. It is 100% American grade beef.
Yeah, for like just like an example for people at home, Wizards of the Coast, who runs Magic the Gathering and also Dungeons and Dragons, they used to run the Pokemon trading card game, and part of the reason, probably not the only reason, but part of the reason Pokemon took back ownership of the Pokemon trading card game from Wizards of the Coast in the early 2000s was because Wizards of the Coast just stopped providing tournaments for 18 plus at one point to make Pokemon turn into a feeder game for Magic the Gathering. That's just like one example of things that happened. There were far more that had happened over the years, where the two of them have like kind of duked it out. And I don't know, like I think Pokemon's probably the one doing the best right now, out of the card games. But I like that's kind of my perception. It's like take a standard format. I think Magic has so many formats that it's doing awesome
right now.
Yeah, no, standard's healthy. Pokemon is like exploding, and it's having like the largest tournaments of all time. For
Literally both companies are making about as much money as they could print.
Yes.
But yeah, Pokemon is making as much money as it can print. Magic with the secret layers and everything, they pretty much the same thing. Is they're just like, all right, here's 18 cards. This costs $260. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
But they sell them,
Hmm.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I should open a card business where I just print TCG cards. That's what I want to do. That's what I need to do.
Oh, I would just print dollar bills on like as plain like a Pokemon card, but the Pokemon image would be the dollar bill, and it just like goes up in value, and I just put like a different layer of holographic on each level of like better dollar, and then it's like the $100 bill costs 100, and then there's this super rare $10,000 bill, and it has my face on it, and you can buy that for $10,000.
Pokemon Splatoon.
Yes.
Should we get Pokemon Splatoon? Honestly, maybe not Splatoon exactly, Splatoon mechanics exactly, but like, maybe like some kind of capture the flag or something, right?
That's Pokemon Unite.
Yeah,
Damn.
kind of.
You're not wrong. I just hate it.
I don't. You're not wrong. I'm just mad that you're right. Like that's how I feel about that statement.
I think they're doing better with Pokemon Unite now. It did
They
get a little whack. Race to 500 looks really fun. I haven't played it yet, but
Yeah, I played it actually the other week on stream because I was supposed to do a TCG stream, but it unfortunately didn't work out because TCG Live updated that day and it like crashed the game. It would get to the point where like the game would take about like 2 minutes to buffer after a move to let you take another game action.
Leash.
Yeah. It was bad. So I played it a little bit, and it's actually pretty fun. I like being able to know what you score, right? Like I think that's really cool.
yeah, like that looks nice because it kind of sucks where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't actually know if we're close or not. I don't know if I should go defend or if I should push to score. Like it's hard.
It's very cool. I do like that. I still think I kind of like the old way of playing, but the game feels pretty healthy. I don't play it super competitively, but it feels healthy from what I've played. The only thing I probably don't like about the game is just like the price of a new Pokemon when they come out. I wish it was a little bit lower, but
That's annoying. Yeah.
but that's about it. I mean, it is what it is because of the business model they have, right? And if we want them to keep making Pokemon, we have to pay for them.
We had to pay.
Yeah. I mean that's actually I don't know. I guess Pokemon kind of like making their own games in the style of other franchises you want to cross over with anyway.
I mean, that's kind of when I say crossover, I do mean ripoff.
Yeah.
Like let's be clear. This is not. I'm not unaware of this.
Yeah. They do this a lot, right? Like they do this a lot.
No, and that's why it's like wish list too. Like, no, yeah, they would never cross over with what Transformers or Naruto.
I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want them to cross over with Naruto.
Shit, but the only good Naruto crossover was my local ramen joint. No, that's not a joke. They did it. They had actual merch and stuff. I has a T-shirt because it was absurd.
You better believe it. Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah. It's interesting. I mean they're doing I would love to see like some more I would love to see more crossovers, but I think Pokemon staying Pokemon makes Pokemon. If that makes sense.
Did you guys play Pal World?
No, I did not play Bell World.
I like Powell because it looks exactly like a game I would hate.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was interesting. Like, I never played any games like Ark or Fortnite where you're doing that like builder thing or whatever, and it's live with other people. I just checked it out because it was like on sale for $9, and I was like, whatever, I'll play it. And I mean, it was interesting. And I guess that would be more of like a Pokemon, like if Pokemon did a crossover with, I don't know, Ark or something.
I see. They won't do that.
They wouldn't. But it was Pal World was interesting.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do collaborations to like try to build their brand or like get their brand in front of people who may have forgotten about it. And I just think Pokemon doesn't have that need. right?
Right.
No.
Pokemon doesn't need to work with anybody. If Pokemon is working with somebody, they're doing it because they think it's fun. Like the Van Gogh thing happened because they're just like, this would be cool.
That was cool. They do a lot of clothing brand collaborations.
Yeah, they do that. Pokemon Center is like all of that.
But they also seem to be very short-lived. Like it'll be like like Pokemon brand has a collaboration with X brand. What was that 151 brand that they did? Stitch something.
Oh, Original Stitch. Actually, that lasted for a really long time until the company went out of business. Like the only reason that ended is because the company went out of business.
Okay. Well, I don't know. There's several other ones that I'll see like rotate through, and it'll be like a shoe company or something else, and then I don't know, 8 months later, it's like a different company with a different style and a different brand. I don't know. It feels like they're just trying to like rotate stuff and keep it fresh. But other than like,
I'm also not a big fashion person, so I don't know if that has like any impact on anybody. They're like, oh man, this clothing brand is making a Pokemon piece of merch. I want that. I'm not the type of person that would be all for that, obviously, but I don't know if anybody is. I guess is my next question.
and I'm not a brand person. Like I like fashion a lot, and I'm very into that. But I'm not a big brand like.
No, it has to be something. It has to be a piece of clothing I think is cool looking, right? And like big buy, right? Yeah.
But I will notice that there are a lot of there are knockoff ones, of course, like where it's not affiliated. But I've been noticing an influx, especially the last, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years of just things where it's like, this is an official collab with this. Clothing company.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, they just do that a ton, which I think that's really cool.
They're Jigglypuff, Pokemon Home string lights. Man, Pokemon, why do you come up with cool stuff? I was mostly looking at the clothing, and for some reason, that's in the clothing section on PokemonCenter.com.
Get out of there. You'll be there, and you'll spend $300, and then you won't even realize it.
Speaking of crossovers, they have a crossover with the Fossil Watch Company, and I might buy one. I don't know.
No.
Wait, but are they?
In 2025.
No, they're not. It's just Charmander and Bulbasaur. There's probably a Squirtle one, but it's not showing up right now because I'm just in like the new, and it's just like randomly dispersed.
If they do a Helix fossil, wow.
If they did one with a fossil, I think that would be even better. But I think they're just like, everybody loves Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. And that's kind of where
I haven't had enough of them in the last 30 years.
There's a Squirtle one. I found it. There's not like a Pikachu one then either, which is kind of surprising. I'm surprised they did go through and now people.
At some point, lean in.
Well, I don't think it was their choice. I think it was Pokemon's choice. Probably, but yeah. I don't know.
Well, I know these characters are marketable.
I guess the question then is for everybody at home. Like, what do you think we should Pokemon should cross over with, or which ones do you like that it's crossed over with? I'd love to know. puclpodcast@gmail.com. We will read that on the show next week. But yeah, I don't have anything else to really talk about in terms of this. I don't know if you guys have more thoughts or things you'd like to bring up.
One that's happening is Pokemon and Lego.
That's true, actually. That's okay. I don't want to talk about that too much because there's like nothing for it, but
Nothing, but
there's like
that has been a fan ask for a long time.
So I've said for years that like I would buy Pokemon Lego if it came out, and I probably will. Because Pokemon, like the Nanoblock stuff is really fun that comes out of Japan. Very fun. But the Pokemon, like the Pokemon Mega Blocks, poop. Nobody wants that.
They're not poop. They are decent. But it was
still Mega Block.
They're meta constructs, get it right.
Yeah. So I'm very happy with the Lego one. I hope the Lego one does come out. I can't wait for that. That's next year.
Yeah. Apparently the toy distributor that they were working with that expired. They went, hey, let's work with the Lego now.
Yeah, I'm really happy they did that. I feel like the Pokemon Mega Blocks thing happened because Pokemon really wants to keep some kind of percentage or something.
Almost certainly.
And
then they realized that Lego has distribution and went, oh.
That's probably what happened because Lego probably wanted too much and they're just like, we don't care. And then they expired and they're like, okay, we can just go to Lego. Let's just do that.
with Lego, it was originally going to be priced at a certain MSRP that Pokemon didn't want to do. Mega Constructs could do it.
Yeah.
Now nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Everybody's like Lego. It's just like blast it out there. Is here's 56 pieces, $38. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh,
They do musical crossovers too. I don't know if that counts. That's more collaboration stuff.
that's more collaboration stuff, I think.
No more Hatsune Miku. No.
No, I'm talking about Ed Sheeran and the end of Sword and Shield or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, it was
And Violet.
that was Scarlet and
Yeah,
Violet.
Scarlet and Violet. Ed Sheeran's song was fine. It was fine. It was
That's fine.
at the end of the DLC. I was about ready to put my controller through the drywall.
The one that I got the one that was really confusing to me was when they did like the Pokemon 25, like the 25th anniversary, album that they put together.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't anything Pokemon. They just did like a cover of a fish song or a Hootie and the Blowfish song.
That's a really great cover. Really great cover.
Yeah, because the only one that even kind of did it was Electric, my Katy
Yeah,
Perry.
that was only kind of too, right? Like,
She went up to
God,
catch Quakes. That's why Bezos was there.
all right. Well, on that note, I think we've covered all the collaborations that we'd want to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's kick it on over to Puckle's Pokey Opinion. But thank you for this, guys. We will catch you all on the flip flop. Welcome to Puckle's Pokey Opinion. Puckle's Pokey Opinion is the part of the show where we have a question. And this week we're actually grabbing it from the Discord. You can go to the Discord server at pucklediscord.com and submit your suggestions if you have a question that you think we should answer. This week is from Bergwine, I believe. Hopefully Lynian and I were talking about the same one because I just remember reading a lot of these and I don't remember which one it is. It is this one. If you would make any changes to any of the Pokemon game storylines, which one would it be and what would you change? I do like that he says that this could be an entire topic and it could be for another day.
Yeah.
I do want to do like a real quick, you get like 3 minutes to make your change, right? For me, I'm going to be very quick and very short, and I'm going to say Sword and Shield, and they should have let us fight the Dynamax Berserker with Leon. That's it. I've said this for years. I think that's where it is.
Yeah, it's such a simple change, but
It does. It has such a huge impact. It has like a huge, even if you didn't even let me necessarily play in that battle, like it would have been really big if like you would have sent in your Pokemon with Leon and his Charizard and the Charizard comes out and it like one-shots the Berserker, essentially. I think that would have been like really big. Then when you go to the Atramax fight and you see that Leon lost, you're like, oh man, this guy just one-shot like a random Dynamax Pokemon and then he lost to this thing. It must be a big deal.
you could do it. You could even have it be like you fight it for a turn and it's too strong, and then he comes in with the steel chair.
Yes, exactly.
Like, all right, we've established that he is very powerful. Now what?
What a good fix. What an easy fix to make that significantly better.
And also, if you put it just slightly earlier in the game, you start foreshadowing that there's going to be a plot.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Wow. Okay. I'm done.
We fixed that game substantially.
Yeah, no, it really, like, a small change fixes it so much.
I've got one. Gen 6's plot is a complete trash fire, but if I'm going to make one change, cut one of your allies down. We do not have enough time for all of them, and every time we cut to one of them, I have to remember what their shtick is. If you cut like one or two, I genuinely think the game would be stronger for it.
I don't think you need both Shauna and the other player character choice.
Yep.
I think they're redundant. Like,
yeah,
I genuinely think those two are redundant. I think you like nix the other player character choice and you leave Shauna. And you've got Shauna, Trevor, and Tierno. We could even We can probably
honestly, you could still combine those two and it would be fine.
Trevor and Tierno could be the same person.
No, they're.
You could
They
have
have a dynamic. The two scenes you see them together. The problem is that they're so spread out. You do not get a sense of all of these characters.
I do like
As
the
most of
idea.
the Pokemon game is played alone.
I do like the idea that they're trying to make in X and Y with having so many friends. Is that like you're traveling with all of them, and it's a really like you're all traveling together, and moving along your journey. But
But it's true not.
the problem is there's too many of them, and you just like randomly run into Trevor and Tierno like 3 or 4 times, and each time I did, I was like, wow, this is a hassle that's unnecessary and does nothing for the plot or the feel of the game.
Yeah, very much so. It's one of those things where it's like, I know what you're trying to do. The problem is the gameplay loop does not help. So you're like, I'm supposed to be on this adventure with these friends, but every time, because they don't want to do an entire game of double battles,
Mm-hmm.
you hit a route and they go, okay, I'm going to stand over here, and then I'll meet you up at the end of the route, and then you play the game alone for 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were trying something new entirely that game. I don't know. I always find that like the first game that they make on a console has a lot of hiccups. And I think the sense of journeying together with friends is better handled in Sun and Moon. Yeah, with Hao and Lily. But again, like you said, like it's fewer characters too, right? It's Hao and Lily. It's not.
They have the number of characters.
Yep.
And they gave them like functional, specific, and useful goals.
No, because Tierno and Trevor do nothing for the story, right? Shauna has like a couple of moments, but Trevor and Tierno do absolutely nothing for that story. Even Trevor, like in the anime, does better because at least they give him like Mega Charizard Y. So like he has a little bit of something there, but yeah, it's just not exciting. It's not exciting. It would have been even better if they would have given like the other 2 Kanto starters to Trevor and Tierno, kind of like how the other 2 Kalos starters went to Shauna and the other player character. Like it would be really cool for that to have happened as well.
Or if they cut it down to 2, they could have had the other starters.
Yeah,
of them.
they could have just done that to both, right? Yeah, I agree.
I think they had it right in Black and White with the 2 rivals like Bianca and
Sharon.
the other guy. Yeah, no one knows his name. Yeah, no one can remember.
Sharon.
And then nobody can. We'll come up with it at some point. But then they messed it up. They messed it up in X and Y. And then they were like, no, Sun and Moon, you came back, and it was like, yeah, you have Hao and Lily. But then you get Gladion later, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to bring in more characters that are less like your direct rival. And then, I don't know, Nimona is just like, yeah, forget it. You just get Nimona now.
I don't know. No, okay, Nimona. Well, in Scarlet and Violet, you get Nimona, Penny, and Arvin. Yeah, you get those 3, which is pretty big. And then they try to shove in like the ones in the DLC, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. They're
Well, is there one you would change, Bo? That's the question.
So biggest. I don't know if this is necessarily a story thing that I would change, but if I could get in a time machine and go back to Gold and Silver, I would put new Pokemon on people's teams, and I would put new Pokemon in Johto. Like, there are, like, Scizor appears on no teams in the entire game of Gold and Silver. Tyranitar, no teams. There's like Skarmory shows up nowhere in Gold and Silver. Most people assume that Pokemon's a Gen 3 Pokemon because that's
Skarmory.
it.
Skarmory does show up actually in Johto. It's on the route after Blackthorn City. In Johto.
I know it's in a game. It's all no teams. It's on no teams.
That's fair.
There's no trainers have it. No trainers have Scizor. No trainers have Tyranitar. There's like a ton of new Pokemon in those games that no trainers have. It's like
What's
20
the change we'd make? Is this a story change?
No.
story change I would make is I would put these Pokemon on teams. Like I put Skarmory on freaking Jasmine's team story wise. I would put Mischievous on Morty's team. I would put I don't know, just put these put the new Pokemon on people's teams so that you actually get to see them when you play through the story and they're not hidden.
So you know they exist, right? Yeah.
Like, you know, they exist in the game. Like, you can actually see them in the game and not have to, I don't know, like,
You've
just
kind of seen what happens when you do that, which is that a lot of people missed the very easy to miss Delmise, but they still knew about it because they went and fought what's her name in the lead forum. Wait, what is that?
Yeah.
yeah. Because that's what would happen is like you would go through and be like, wait a minute, what the heck is that Pokemon? Now that I've seen it, it's like, let me go ahead and figure
They're
out.
much better about that nowadays anyway, because I think a lot of Pokedex completion-ish rewards now stem from if like you've just seen the Pokemon. Not all of them, right? Like you still have to complete the regional dex to get shiny charm or something, but you might get like a capture thing if you see all the Pokemon. And yeah, so it is a little bit different nowadays.
I know it's not necessarily a story thing, but I guess like to me it is because it depends. Like you get to see the Pokemon as you're playing the game throughout the story versus, you know, and if it's a rare Pokemon that you might not get until later, you know, maybe I can't catch a Mischievous until night or, you know, something like that was a huge part of the game. You know, if what's his name, Faulkner had a Hoot Hoot, but you'd only played the game during the day yet, you hadn't seen Hoot Hoot and be like, oh, and Hoot Hoot is a terrible example because that shows up all the time. But
You actually see that with like the Bellsprout Tower.
Sprout Tower, yeah,
Yeah.
all those dudes.
As an aside, I really like how recently they're like, yeah, we do have clocks built in, but also people can't play all day.
Yes.
So desyncing the day-night cycle, great choice. Keep doing that.
Yeah, super great. Love that.
Yeah, no, I think that was one of the better choices. And it's one of those things that came from it's come from PLA, yeah. And it's one of the best things that's happened in a very long time. I mean, part of me really enjoys I do have some like nostalgia glasses, but I really did enjoy like the, oh man, I can't wait to do this thing on Sunday type thing in Pokemon. But I do think it is better for the series overall to not have that and have the day-night cycle like we have.
Yeah.
I do like dailies. I like dailies. I'm horrible. I like Animal Crossing, you know.
Sucker for dailies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a game with dailies.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this makes sense. You can of course let us know in the mailbag as well what Pokemon game you would make changes to and how. So let us know at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Speaking of emails, we're gonna go read some over in our mailbag. Welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag is the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts on the most recent podcast. Last week we asked, honestly, I forget what, but it's definitely in these emails. And so please send those in. Of course, if you send an email that sparks a lot of discussion, we will give you the Green Tauros badge for doing everything because Green Tauros sponsors this segment. And it's the energy drink that gives you hooves. Yeah, there we go. All right. So yes, our first email this week is going to be from the Milkman, and I believe Bocefus is going to read this one.
Yeah. It starts off to Trainer Thatch and whoever he has. I love the latest topic of the future of Pokemon. I agree with the Poke Crew's sentiment that it feels like the franchise is headed in the right direction. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. As a shameless 90 kid, I played every game from Red Blue through X and Y into the dust. I totally get why so many people still love the more recent games so much, but my own interest started to wane a bit after the release of Sun and Moon. I actually never played Swish or Scarlet Violet. That said, Legends Arceus rocked my world. I'm sure a lot of that is clouded by my intense Gen 4 nostalgia, but for me, it, alongside with Let's Go to a lesser extent, marked the first meaningful change in the formula. It blurred the lines between spin-off and mainline. Seeing how Z to A looks to be pretty different from Arceus, and the introduction of champions, it feels like they're finding new ways to keep things fresh alongside the traditional formula. This is probably pretty basic and disgustingly millennial of me. One thing I love, either word works really. But one thing I'd love is for 2D HD revisits of prior generations or prior regions. I'm afraid of the idea of a remake since Johto. Oh my gosh, I cannot read now. I'm afraid of an idea of a remake since BDSP was, in my opinion, disappointing. But I love the idea of a fresh adventure in Johto. Sorry, Gen 5.
Real quick,
In an upscale retro art style.
BDSP is only disappointing because people set the expectations too high. Moving on. Sorry.
Fair. Also, Johto does deserve a revisit before Gen 5 does.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2010. 15 years. This would theoretically allow them to expand the region as well as leave more to discover with larger routes and towns that they could design in the 90s. Visiting Ekritik in this art style and new story makes my heart flutter. One thing I also realized about the Johto games is like the water route also like between Cyanwood City and Olivine. Like Goldenrod City is also just right there. Like it's just right there off to the side and you just can't access that route from Goldenrod at all.
Yeah.
And that for whatever reason, I'm like, why? It's right there. Like it's right there. Just connect all of that for me. Give me a dumb roadblock. And like, as I was playing it recently, I was like, baffling that never connected even in the remake. I was like, what? Anyway, bring that back in the new one. Switch 2.
Yeah.
Here we go. Anyway, I think this is only my 4th time ever emailing and my first time in almost 10 years. Wow. For whatever reason, I felt compelled to give my thoughts. But more than that, I just wanted to thank the Puckle crew for everything you do. Despite falling in and out of the games, this has always been such a nice pod to listen to. Although I'm much worse at trivia than I was 10 years ago. Yeah, me too, man. I want the crew to know how much even the quieter fans like myself appreciate having such a pleasant thing to look forward to every week. Keep on keeping on, the Milkman.
Well, we have
Thanks, Milkman.
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. All right, our next email, Lynian's got, and it is from Coffee Lock.
What's up? For once, I was able to catch the entirety of the podcast before Friday, so I can write in prior to the recording of the next episode. I'm so sorry you've been stuck on your commute that long. For the future of Pokemon, Thatch brought up an excellent point about connectivity between spin-off and main series games that Pokemon has previously capitalized on, but unfortunately hasn't been fully explored since the DS era. Between Shadow Pokemon and event distributions, unique moves were always the jewel of the spin-off game Pokemon, but has led to exclusivity and hacked Pokemon making their way into VGC. Wolfie's Endeavor Raichu from the event and Follow Me Magmar from XD Gale of Darkness have walled out some players from being able to enjoy VGC to its fullest, as a significant investment is required to obtain both of these with the desired stats. Might I suggest a different way to Pokemon games to wow other fans, and that is ribbons and marks. As someone who has done a single Ribbon Master Challenge with Duskull from XD, the ribbons act as a trophy that bestows bragging rights every time you send your Pokemon out and the unique title is shown, leading to ribbons and marks being a small way to show off your Pokemon that is entirely cosmetic. They began to dabble a little bit with this, like Kieran's Applin, and events that tie into the anime like Liko Sprigatito. Transferring, say, a Pikachu from Ranger and giving it the title of the Nature Preserver will be a nice, harmless way of tying spin-offs together. So what a quick bits to mention. At the age of 4, I had no idea you're supposed to make your own Pokemon in Red and then connect them to the stadium. It didn't occur to me for another 10 years that was the actual point. With mouse functionality on Switch, we can expect ports of Pokemon Masters Arena from Windows. That is so obscure, I don't actually know what it is.
Pokemon Masters Arena. It was like a really bad PC game. It was a really bad PC.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Best coffee log. P.S. Team regionals for starters. Let my regional Meganium for VGC. If the starters can get a Mega, there's no way that it will be good enough to be the 1 Mega on the team. Gen 6 starters can have Megas the same way Gen 1 starters got Megas in X and Y. Okay.
There's not going to be original Meganium.
I don't think you have enough faith in what you can do with 100 base stats and a type.
Right? Also, you're allowed to shift them around too. Like you can shift around existing base stats. Like that's the thing that I don't think a lot of people know. But
and Meganium has good HP, right?
Yeah, it does. You're right.
which is the only stat that it can't modify, which means you're fine. You're fine.
All right. One more email today. It is going to be from Reptile. Highest of papayas, Puckle Crew. Reptile here. In all my time,
Fire Emblem thing I found out, by the way.
it is, yeah, it is.
I did not know that. I'm not engaged last week.
In all my time playing Pokemon, befriending Pokemon, and assigning mostly arbitrary personalities to each of them, depending on how they do in battle, and the general vibes of each of them, I've never stopped to think about what each one of them eats, especially when their trainer is just too tired to cook. Hands each of them $20 in Poké-Dollars and just has them go out and get some food themselves. It's hard being a Pokemon trainer when you and I both know that even the best of us will have those days. So now I wonder, where would some of my favorite Pokemon go to eat, and what would they order? So here are the answers I came up with, in no particular order. Golisopod enjoys a good veggie burger, but is also too cool to hit up the mainstream venues for a good Impossible Whopper or what is this? Or tofu burger. I believe he finds a place with at least some sort of vegan burger option, even though he has to sub ingredients to get it just right. And then he's tired of that spot after a few times and has to search for another one. Inevitably, when the search gets too difficult in smaller towns or spending a long time in one place, he inevitably gets an Impossible Burger at Burger King, and he enjoys it, but refuses to admit to anyone else that he does. It'd be easy for me to say that Miraidon goes to Subway, and just leave it there. Despite knowing full well that Subway is actually a better sandwich shop than places like Jimmy John's, I will die on this hill. You just named two really bad sandwich shops. And compare the others. So, yeah. But I think he already gets enough. He gets plenty of homemade sandwiches from his trainer and wouldn't want to settle for the lower quality restaurant sandwiches. Instead, I feel like he hits up the local ramen shop when he gets the chance to get some shoyu ramen with the works or a spicy udon if he's feeling adventurous. I don't know why that's there. Is this just vibes?
It must be. I imagine he just puts his tongue in an electrical socket.
Yeah, I think that would probably be better. Yeah. Superior is the kind of Pokemon that takes the kids to McDonald's drive-thru, orders a single black coffee for herself, and drives away. She's exactly the kind of Pokemon to go to the local creperie and get a hyper-specific coffee, a sweet fruity crepe, and an outdoor table to judge all the trainers and Pokemon that pass by. Komo'o loves Hawaiian, of course, but they're all for the grill of any kind. Texas Roadhouse, Mongolian, Korean, teriyaki, whatever they can find as long as it's sizzling warm when it comes out. That said, they're also awful at grilling anything themselves and will always leave the meat out for way too long, so it's not a good idea to accompany Komo'o to the grill unless you're diligent with the tongs or find a place that'll grill it for you. They say they just like it burnt, but no one else really believes them. BEM is a taco wizard. They've had the app. They have the app and will create the most insane orders that combine ingredients that you would never think of to put together, creating intricate meals where each taco or burrito bowl of nachos is unique and interesting in a way that sounds awful on the surface, but then you gather the courage to try it, and it's actually incredible. You would never take the time to build anything like that yourself, and all the employees probably hate their guts, but every time you see that order flash up on the screen, you can't deny that they're cooking with it. And naturally, Trubbish only eats at Chick-fil-A. Thanks again for listening to my ramblings. Take care, and may your next order of fries be perfectly salted and crispy to perfection. Reptile. Well, thank you for that, guys.
Yeah.
I forget. I want to give Milkman
It's lunchtime.
Yeah, I know. I want to give Milkman the badge just because I want him to email more often than every 10 years.
Yeah, please.
Heck yeah. Also, that was a great email, man.
It was a good email. That was also true. Yes. Email. This is a bribe. This is a bribe. Yes. So please, please go ahead and get the Green Tauros badge. But if you want to email us next week, you can let us know what Pokemon you would like to see, or what you would like Pokemon to cross over with, if anything, or crossovers you've appreciated. Let us send those into puclpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to hang out with us throughout the week, come to pucklediscord.com, where you can join the hosts and everybody else in the Discord and chit and chat. You can, of course, always follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, what are the other ones? Blue Sky, and Twitter. Additionally, you can also follow us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepuclpodcast and YouTube at youtube.com/puclpodcast. If you're there actually right now, please hit subscribe. It helps us out. But yeah, we really, we're over there. I stream on Wednesdays right now, so you can catch a stream. Right now, we're nuzlocking Pokemon Emerald. We're actually going to do like a Gen 3 National Dex, and this is kind of how we're just kicking it off. We're going to do a Nuzlocke to get some of the Pokemon, and then from there, go figure out a living deck situation from there. But yeah, very excited about that. Of course, you can help support the show by going over to Patreon at patreon.com/puclpodcast, or you can go to trollandtoad.com and buy any cardboard you'd like using code puclpod5 at checkout. Yeah. With that, though, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I'm in Lynian.
And I'm Bocefus.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.